I mostly want it cleaned up, like the split ends all chopped off. I would prefer it to be able to tuck behind my ear as opposed to just hanging in my face.
Okay.
I don't really style it because I have kids at home and I just don't have time usually, so.
Go get shampooed and then we'll get on with the interview.
Okay.
Okay?
Weighs a lot more when it's wet.
Oh man, whatever. You're gonna feel a lot lighter when we're done.
Oh, thank gosh.
A lot lighter. Two kids with one on the way.
Yep.
And when is the newest edition coming?
Due in August 25th. They're very rarely born on their due dates, but who knows.
Yeah.
My sister's birthday's on the 23rd. And
Oh,
then
awesome.
my youngest son's birthday's on the 31st.
Oh wow. You're pretty good for that month then.
Yeah.
Get all the birthdays out of the way.
Yeah.
Names picked out yet?
Nope.
Gonna let him name himself?
No, it's just, I don't know. We're gonna have to pick out boy and girl names, and you know, it's one of those things for me where I can't figure out the name unless I know it will suit the face. With my first, I had his name picked out because I got a 3D ultrasound of him and everything, so I kind of knew what he was gonna look like.
Right.
You're cutting off a lot of hair, aren't you?
Yeah, just in spots though.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it as long as I can, so I'm gonna try and keep as much of your length as I possibly can.
Okay.
Almost need a ladder to cut your hair. So, is 3 the total?
I
or
think
are you
so.
thinking more?
No, I think 3 is enough. In between my 3-year-old and this one I'm pregnant with now, I carried a baby for my sister and her husband.
No way!
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Before they decided to ask me, they went through the process of having the embryos made and all that stuff, and my sister had a lifelong friend who offered to carry babies for her when she decided to do it. So they attempted with her 5 times, and 2 didn't take and 3 were miscarriages.
Oh. Heartbreak.
So I guess it took a long time for my sister to build up the courage to ask me.
Right.
So we were at Canada's Wonderland with my niece for her birthday, because me and my niece share the same birthday. So my niece was on a ride, and me and my sister were just standing there talking, and all of a sudden she asked me, "So, are you planning to have any more kids?" And I'm like, "Yeah, when Odin is like 2, we were planning on trying for another one." And she's like, "Well, would you consider carrying one for me?" I'm like, "Whoa." But like, it wasn't even a thought. I was just like, okay.
Yeah. So, I'm assuming because genetically you're close, having the same mother and father, it made carrying the child easier or better chance of being successful?
Well, first off, we all have different dads, me and my sisters.
Oh,
So,
okay.
same mom, but it's easier because it was for family as opposed to a stranger. If I were to do that for a stranger or like be an egg donor, I wouldn't be able to do that. Like what I did for my sister and her husband, I would never be able to do for a stranger.
Yeah, well, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And I think the thing that would could potentially be quite difficult for someone who does that is not seeing the child ever. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
being that it's your sister, you'll see this child that you helped bring into the world.
Oh yeah, she's like, you can come see him whenever you want. And like they're both so grateful. They're like, you're an angel. Like you made our dreams come true. There's no amount of money or anything that could like repay for what you've given us and stuff. They always tell me.
Yeah.
I did it for all the right reasons though. I didn't expect anything in return. And thankfully, like the first attempt, it was successful. So they didn't have to waste a bunch of embryos or anything. It was the first try, and it was successful, and
Perfect.
yeah, it was good.
And so now, how did it work when you were giving birth? Were they both there?
No, because it was the beginning of this COVID craziness. I gave birth to him March 23rd, 2020. No, only my sister was allowed in the room. Her husband had to basically, watch through FaceTime.
Right.
And they basically snuck him up into the hospital after the baby was born so he could meet his son.
Wow.
And the nurses were nice and let him stay overnight until shift change, and then he had to leave by 6 in the morning so they didn't get in trouble.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, but the plan was for me to have my partner in there as support, and then her and her husband were going to be in the room as well, but
Right.
nope, they wouldn't let anything like that happen.
Okay, so now I'm going to have you come up and stand behind the chair so that I can cut the bottom. Alrighty. Yeah. Come back around and we're going to sit down. So now, the child that you had for your sister. The little boy and little girl?
Little boy.
Little boy.
Yeah.
And how old is he now?
He's going to be a year old March 23rd.
Awesome. Now, do you and your sister look alike?
I don't think we do, no.
And does the baby seem to have any of your sort of... Does he look like you at all? Is there anything there?
No, because it was my sister's.
And her, yeah.
Yeah.
I just wondered if maybe because you were the host, if something kind of got in there somehow.
No, nothing. No looks from me or anything like that. I was just the oven.
Right.
Right? So I just baked it.
Yeah, yeah. she takes care of everything to do with the kids.
Huh.
Originally, when we had opened, she was planning on becoming a hairdresser to work here with me. But with our daughter being autistic, getting her the therapies and all those kinds of things was challenging. So,
Time consuming. Like, we don't do any of the online learning, like, he cannot do it.
yeah, we tried with Scarlett. If I'm there, I have to sit with her and have her in my lap. Because if not, then she just kind of.
Yep, exactly, and I don't want the fight, I don't want the stress between me and my son, like, I
Yeah.
find it's just not even worth the struggle. Like, I'm not worried about him because he's where he needs to be, like, in terms of academics, it's just online is not for him.
Yeah. Is he verbal?
Yes. Like, he went through speech therapies, physiotherapy, what's the other one? Occupational therapy.
Yeah.
But he got diagnosed very young too.
Yeah, we kind of figured it out when our daughter was 2.
Yeah, we've seen signs early too.
We hopped right onto the speech, we did that for a while, and then we got into occupational and ABA, and now she's only doing the ABA. But I think we gotta get her back into speech, so she's considered nonverbal.
Oh.
She knows words, she sings, she just can't have a conversation with you, really. How does it feel? Feel lighter?
Yeah, it does feel lighter.